Hey everybody, welcome to Prep Talk Live. We are here as well, I would say as usual, but hey, it's been hit or miss or whatever, but we're here this week. It's Wednesday, it's Prep Talk Live. I'm getting a really weird error message that it says something is wrong with my YouTube, but that's all right. We'll figure it out. We'll cross our fingers.
I had a weird message too. They're trying to shut us down already. So.
Yeah, exactly. We're already, you know what? We've already gone rogue, and we haven't even started yet. But
we've always been very here. Yeah. Titus is here.
Titus is here, so that means the YouTube is working. I see people on the little streamy eyeball thing that they're here. Pony Girl is here. So it's working. It's it's given us a little bit of it gave us a little scare, but hey, we're in business now. Welcome in everybody. It's episode 35 of Prep Talk Live. I'm Casey with Cascadia Dispatch as usual, and joining me as always, the incomparable, the urban prepper. Tup, what is going on? How is your week? How are things? What's going on? What's new in your world?
Yeah, things are going good. I'm on week 3 of my intermittent fasting.
Have you eaten yet?
I did. I had lunch and I prepared the Jennifer Aniston famous TikTok salad, and I did some meal preps for it. So
how many layers of trends and fads can you put on top of one idea?
Yeah, I don't know. I'm trying to build on top of it as I go. So it's like a quinoa with chickpea and feta cheese and all sorts of other goodness stuff. And I guess it's what she ate every day on the set of Friends for lunch. And so I'm trying. If it could work for Jennifer Aniston, it has to work for the urban prepper. So
will there be a video of you making said salad with the Jennifer Aniston wig?
Well, yeah, that's right. I don't know. I was thinking about it because I always look at stuff from a prepping mindset, and I don't know how to prep feta cheese. That's the part. I could prep everything else in it though. Well, no,
yeah,
I could grow some of the things like there's cucumber and there's onion, but I don't know how to do long-term feta cheese preps. So.
Yeah, modern day prepper is already launched.
Yeah, I said bougie prepper. It is bougie.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, if you're making feta cheese, I mean, come on. It's the American single slices. Let's make that happen.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think that's an interesting one. The feta cheese thing. I don't know. I mean, people in Greece make
general is hard. Cheese in general, I think, is hard to prep unless you want like some Velveeta government cheese or something. But
yeah, or you have like a cow and you know how to make it.
That's true. Yeah.
Or a sheep or a goat. I mean, there's all different kinds of cheeses. But you'd have to be like a cheese maker person and have all of that equipment, which I think would be.
I think it'd be a great skill set to have during the apocalypse. Like, if you can make cheese, I think people are going to want it. So.
Yeah, exactly. If you can make cheese, then you're in business. If you can't, I was actually thinking that is going to tie into the question that we have that we're going to talk about here in a minute. The topic of the night, the financial preparedness. That cheese making thing is going to come in real handy, and you don't even know it yet. So,
I also got a new knife from Ben Banters. So
see, you're very fancy. You know lots of fun people, and they send you lots of fun things.
Yeah, so I think I need to do a review video now. So
is that his new one? Because he makes his own. He made his own.
It's a new one, yeah.
His own thing.
The Langer. So anyway,
very cool. All right, well. Yeah, shout out to Ben Banters for sending Tup a knife. Yes. Shout out to Ben Banters for not sending me a knife. Yep. Shout out to Ben Banters for not joining the live stream to talk about the knife. We should do interviews like that or something. I was thinking about that the other day. I was like, there should be some interviews that we do with the people that we know, because we know some people and we should have interviews with them.
Yeah, I think we should.
All right, we'll put that on the to-do list, along with all the videos that we think we should do and all of the
amongst other things that we have.
Yeah, exactly. How's the team coming along? Have we assembled a team yet? I feel like we need a team.
We have a very strong team, I think. That's
exactly. Is Canadian Prepper, does he, could we maybe buy his team at the Canadian, like the
I don't know. I
additional
don't know if we
price.
have it. I don't know if we have it in our budget.
Okay, all right. I mean, I know he has a big team, but I mean, he is also paying them in Canadian dollars, and so I would
That's true.
imagine exchange rate sort of a thing. Like maybe maybe they would be in our price range at this point.
Maybe he pays in like prepping swag or something. I don't know.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, we'll try something
Not
like
paying
that.
you in currency, but I'll give you number 10 cans of Mountain House or something.
The prepper's gold, as it were,
Yes.
in the 10 can. That's fantastic. Um, so yeah, what's going on in the prepping with, if you any projects other than the fact that you don't eat half the day?
For let's see, well, right now we're prepping for Halloween, is to be perfectly honest, but we're also trying to wrap up my wife is on the home stretch of hot peppers that are incredibly hot for us to eat, and she's been making more and more jam. I don't know what we're going to do with all this pepper jam that we have, because it's incredibly spicy. No one could eat the raw peppers, and she's pressure cannon like crazy right now. So, but if we're on the home stretch of that now, we have to figure out, okay, she's digging up tubers of dahlias and all sorts of other. She's taken over. She's
she's out prepping the prepper.
She is out prepping right now. So, and she doesn't want me to touch any of her supplies either. So
she's like, leave me alone. I'm in charge now. You had your good run.
You had to run. Your days are over.
Yeah. Do we need a channel for her now? Like the Mrs. Urban Prepper?
She doesn't like, well, first off, there'd be a lot of profanity in it. So it'd get banned pretty quick.
I feel like it would be a runaway hit. I feel like it's good that she doesn't have a channel, because it gives some of the rest of us hope.
Well, she doesn't want to. She doesn't want to be on camera either or talk. So that's kind of tough for the channel.
Now, is this just for prepping, or is it just life in general? Like, she doesn't choose to talk to you or the children or anything. She just only wants to yell profanities.
Yeah, just online presence stuff.
Okay,
more low key. So yeah, I don't. But yeah, I'm some of the projects that I'm working on are just more some EDC related things. Kind of, I think it's time for to do little minor tweaks and updates. Also working on some of the kits and everything like that, reevaluating that. So, but that's kind of ongoing stuff. What about?
Are you planning this? Are you planning this for a video that you will never make?
It'd be so easy if I could just do like one take type videos where I didn't do all the fancy stuff. Or I need to be better on the one takers, but.
Yeah, I've been thinking about that. That like I find that there are a lot of people on YouTube that make videos that are very highly produced and are almost kind of like archival. Like a lot of the videos I think that you make when you're putting a lot of effort and like they're ones that are like reference videos. Like they're for like the Encyclopedia Britannica of YouTube prepping things, of like these are going to never become old, like they will always be useful.
Yeah, I think that's the kind of the goal, is to have it be. I think Canadian Prepper calls them evergreen videos. So they're evergreens.
Yeah, and then you got the people that are like, "Hey, here's what's happening. I'm just going to use my phone and do that," and then they go bananas, and you're like, "But I spent 9 hours making a video that people will actually use, as opposed to this other thing." But anyway, all right. So a couple things, and actually your Halloween candy thing brought up another topic that we're going to insert in here, because we have a very rough plan, and sometimes we do this on the fly.
We always have good ideas when the rough plans are.
Exactly. So one of the things, so two topics for tonight. One topic was, I was in a Facebook group for preppers, and a person in there was asking about financial preparedness. She was like, "Hey, I've gotten to the point now where I have a little bit of extra cash, and I'm trying to figure out how to think about financial literacy and investing and saving and things, but also with a little bit of a prepper mindset," which I thought was an interesting question. And I was like, I could write pages on this. You should just come to the live stream and we'll talk about it there. I may actually make some videos on this one, because I just enjoy the finance part of life, and then also the preparedness part of it. But I figured it'd be an interesting thing to talk about tonight. And then the second thing that I think would be fun and timely is Halloween, and kind of, you had said you're prepping for Halloween. I often find that there are some interesting opportunities with Halloween to test out prepping gear and test out prepping ideas. And I'm curious if you also do the same thing. So,
Yeah.
which order do you want to take them? Do you want to do finances first or Halloween first?
Well, I've always like tried not to. We don't give legal or financial advice on
Yeah,
the
we don't.
internet, so I've always been pretty conscious of that. So I don't even know if
We
I'm the
have
best person to
we
talk
have
about.
Legos and Funko Pops. We are not financial planners. We have many disclaimers.
Yeah, there's I
Don't
think
do anything that we say.
in the whole prepping genre, I think like some of like the view repellent is one, like personal fitness. I think we talked about that no one watches this one. So then like personal finance, like those are ones that are those are like probably the most important ones, like your health and your finance, but are the least like catchy, I guess. It's better
Exactly. They're not as
should
fun as gear and stuff.
or just like scary stuff, like scary topics. So
Yeah.
but I don't know. I could go Halloween type stuff because I do. We
All right.
we had a lot of, I don't know if you do trunk or treat or with the kids, but uh, we're actually using a lot of prepping supplies for some of our trunk or treat type stuff. So it gives me a chance to test out some of the batteries that we have for power outages and it's yeah. So I'm trying to think what other some various lighting and stuff that I test out for Halloween. We put on a big thing where like over 1,000 kids come over and I jump out of the bushes as Leatherface and with a chainsaw. And that's the only time of the year I get to do that and not get arrested for it. But
I was going to say, tell me again about your prison time.
yeah. So far the cops are in on it. So the cops like will come and with their lights on, and then Leatherface, they'll come after Leatherface and they arrest Leatherface, and then Leatherface breaks out and then chases kids, and they get a big kick out of it, and it's just me having fun. So that has nothing to, I know that has nothing to do with prepping.
Just you having fun, terrifying children, and working
Yeah.
with the cops to not get arrested.
But I use a lot of like my prepping type props for this whole event with regard to certain batteries and certain type of lighting and other gear, some of the gear that I wear and stuff like that. Kevlar lined gloves.
Kevlar lined gloves. You've got like like the battery clips from like the torture scenes that are like the clips from the batteries, and then like Kevlar. You're wearing your mirror mask.
Yeah.
Thing.
Yeah, we did during like the heart of COVID, like the height of COVID, sorry. We did Mira safety hazmat suits. Everyone was in hazmat suits for it, which we had our masks on too. So it was more of like the pandemic Halloween. Maybe people didn't think it was funny, but we thought.
Well, I mean, hey, and as long as you're enjoying it, like that's the important thing. Yeah, I think one of the things I thought was always fun about Halloween was doing the like flashlights, and we would always do like cool flashlights. We have the bucket flashlight from Nebo. Nebo has really cool flashlights.
I like Nebo.
Yeah, like I don't know that they're like a lot of people like Olight and Streamlight and all those kind of things for like the big time flashlights, but like Nebo has some really cool like random the bots are here. We've reached the threshold.
Oh, did we get some bots?
Oh, nice. we have lots of bots and they're looking for love.
Cool. Great.
So I'm blocked.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, exactly.
We did it.
We reached the threshold. But they have some cool ones, like the one that you can put around like a coffee mug thing is kind of fun. But they also have one that's a bucket, and it's a collapsible bucket with a light in the front and a light in the bottom. So as you're walking around trick-or-treating, you have a light and it lights your path, sort of a thing. So it's a good opportunity to like test out those kind of random, more specific lights that we have. Glow sticks are always fun and that sort of thing. But I also like to try to test out like the walkie-talkies. So like the family radios, we're not busting out the hams and CBs and all that sort of thing, but like just your standard kind of like Motorola or I don't know, whatever kind, Midland or whatever, standard GMRS or family band, and let the kids go, a block or two ahead of you, especially if you're in a neighborhood and you can see them. But it lets them kind of, again, get used to and comfortable with using that sort of equipment without it being super scary emergency time. And it also gives you a pretty good idea of like, okay, what is the range and distance of this sort of communication if I needed it.
Yeah, I think it's fun for like a lot of like any kind of events or things that you buy for non-prepping purposes. I always try to get stuff that has dual purpose. So so some of the outfits that we have, like I have like a Leatherface bib, and I use it also for some other things, and it goes in actually after Halloween. It goes into a certain prepping module, and I have a
Tell
Halloween.
me,
I have a
hold
Halloween
on.
module. So
Yeah, I was gonna say, first off, hold on, timeout. Speaking of the bots that we have, tell me about what it is that you use the Leatherface costume parts for during the rest of the year.
well, I have the police quality Kevlar lined gloves to keep my hands warm as Leatherface, but I think they're awesome gloves that protect your hands for emergency situations. I have the chainsaw, which I think is it's kind of the multi-tool for the
Of course.
apocalypse, like because you could like if there's an earthquake or something like that, you're going to want to have that chainsaw to help clear debris from roads and things like that. So the chainsaw comes into play for prepping and all the kind of the maintenance supplies that are needed for that extra chains. Even though I take the chain off for Leatherface, but and I have both a gas one and I have an electric one. And those are part of that. For the apron part, I thought that goes into my pandemic preparedness type stuff. So I have kind of like the Walter White crystal meth making aprons, I guess.
I
Yeah.
Modern day prepper would like to remind everyone that the secret prepper has a secret. I was more assuming that it was for the times when you piss off Miss Prepper and she
Yeah.
decides now that she's going to throw pepper jam at your face, that you would have some sort of protective, thing on around the house.
Yeah.
In case things get out of control, she just starts flinging ghost chili things and it's sticking to your skin, that you would have some sort of protection for that.
Yeah, when she's making that spicy pepper, like again from the home container garden peppers, I mean, it's everyone's eyes are watering in the house, so it's pretty extreme. But I also carry some pepper gel with me. It's part. I changed my EDC for Halloween, so I have a Halloween EDC. But because sometimes you have like teenage kids that they think that you're really Leatherface or whatever, and they want to act cool and stuff. So it's good to have some protection and stuff. So.
I like that you provoke them by trying to scare them, and then you're like, "Oh, but wait a minute, they might think I'm real." And so,
we don't really scare we don't scare the really little kids, and we don't scare the older kids. Like, hey, dude, what are you? Why are you out trick or treating with no costume? like we're not. I'm not. This isn't for you. So it's more for like the certain age range. But I upgraded some overalls, some coveralls for some of the costumes. So for Mike Myers has a certain color coverall, and those go back into my prepping clothes for for certain things. So, and then I also have some chemical. I have some chemical boots that I also use for. It's for my prepping pandemic CBRN equipment, but they also I'm able to use it for Halloween. So it gives a chance to try stuff out.
I love that you've caveated every item that you have with, and I use it for certain things.
Yeah.
Like certain things is in quotation marks, and we're just all wondering what those certain things are.
Every prepper has to have their own secrets. So.
Happy anniversary, darling. Let me go get the coveralls. That's what's happening tonight. I've got the chainsaw and the leather apron.
This is something Casey should have costume showing. Yeah,
yes.
I could put on my Leatherface mask. But I have it handy. So
yeah, I don't have a costume. I haven't done a costume in since the kids were really little. We did like a superhero, like a Justice League family thing.
Yeah.
Like 7 or 8 years ago. I think that was the last time I did. Oh, no. I did a costume like 2 years ago. And it was part of the we did a costume party for Halloween, and there had been some very negative comments about some of my videos, and there was a name that some people were calling me because I had Legos and Funko Pops and stuff, and so people did not take me seriously, which is fine. They probably shouldn't. And so I made a costume out of that, and I went as that for Halloween.
Okay.
Yeah, yeah,
I,
It was
what
fantastic.
I think also for Halloween, this is like the time. I think it's important for your your long term food storage to have some candy on hand, and so we usually have a buffer of candy from the previous, and we use that for the year for our emergency candy. I think it's good for morale purposes. So, and
Yeah.
Halloween's the time that we kind of stock up on that. So, I remember during like in 2020 and 2021 as well, uh, we were doing some candy investments for just in case type stuff. So it's SHTF candy. So
Yeah, so Pony Girl said she can only imagine what Tup would be like, and she has no idea what I would be.
yeah.
I don't know. I don't know if that's a good thing or not. But you know what? Hey, I appreciate it. Also, yeah, there's more. Yeah, no one has any idea what I would be. I would be some sort of, I don't know. We'll come up with something. Now I have to come up with something. I feel like, Pony Girl. Yeah, I think there may be a picture of it. I have to find it, and see if there is. I'll share it with the group. Um, Pigs Fly also is curious. What color coveralls would being with your wife be? Like, are they like, they have like hearts on them? Like boxers? Are they more of like a clear like PVC sort of material?
Well, the coveralls I have, like, so, and these are my gray ones for Leatherface, and then I
Yeah.
also have more. These are all nice quality ones. This is the Mike Myers one, and this after this is done, it goes into my clothing module again. But I don't. I have. I'm not too picky on the colors for that.
Yeah. Big Ross has one. He thinks that I would dress up as a brony. And here's the deal. Pinkie Pie, for sure. 100% yes. That would probably be something I would do. It's also probably something that would, if I ever went back to Montana again, would feed into my return experience to there, which nobody needs to have that happen. Let's see. Oh, here we go. Prairie Prepping would say that she would pay to see it, or at least she would watch it on YouTube and let Google pay us. So you know what? I like the fact that we're
wow.
finding interesting revenue generating options for us, and we will definitely take that under advisement. I love that. Maybe it's an OnlyFans. Maybe do we need an only preps? An only preps? Mostly friends, something like that. We could come up with that. You had the Patreon for a while.
Yeah, I like dressing up in costume when I can. So I see Pony Girls talking about the pans that that was a fun one. So, actually, I have a few costumes within I could almost grab them right here. I have one over there too, and I'm known to carry mullets in my underwear drawer. I have probably 3 different mullets because I like every once in a while just busting them out. So it's part of my gray man disguise for prepping. So it's for
are they mullets or merkins? I'm a bit curious. You said they're in your underwear drawer, and like we can only then it's got preps after dark. Yes, secret prepping. After dark. With after dark. Yes,
I see some friends in here.
Prairie Prepping.
Phenom, the musician fitness trainer. That's good to see him, Matt. So.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah,
let's see words out of my mouth. Only preps. Yeah, only preps.
Yes.
That's funny.
Only preps. I think that's maybe a T-shirt or something. I don't know. It's a sticker. It's a something. We'll find out.
I like if there was like a preppers OnlyFans, like what would you want to hire the preppers for on those kind of things? Like, and who would be the best preppers to have on OnlyFans?
I don't. So it's the problem is, I think with that is there is an assumption about what would be happening.
Yeah.
On OnlyFans, and there is no one that wants to see most preppers, I think, in that situation.
Yeah.
I think there's certain people, like with Patreon. I know there are a bunch of preppers, including yourself, who took the opportunity to put content on Patreon that maybe wouldn't have been approved in YouTube, in the YouTube land of things.
Yep.
but I feel like OnlyFans, although OnlyFans continues to say that like they want to have creators that are not necessarily adult content creators. I don't know of many people that like I don't see other creators having an OnlyFans that's not that.
Yeah, I mean, I think for preppers, it's probably best to stick with Patreon and or
Mm-hmm.
Subscribestar, one of the other ones. But yeah, that's one of the markets that I don't think the preparedness community has branched out to. We're going to TikTok, we're going to Patreon,
Yeah.
we're on Twitter, we're on Instagram. We haven't hit that market yet, and it's probably for the best. So.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah,
I don't even know what it. To be honest, I have never even like typed in the URL, so I have no idea what goes on there. But I've only heard rumors.
Sure. In your mullet underwear drawer. Yeah, we're all believing it with your coveralls of romance.
That's funny.
And your certain uses of modules. Yeah, we are all buying it.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah, I have a Halloween module. I have a Christmas module. What other modules?
You have an OnlyFans module?
No, I don't. No, I don't want to type rumors.
Hey, you know what? Sequins are nothing to be ashamed of. Anyway, Pony Girl wants to remind everyone to smash the like button. We appreciate that. It does let other people know about the stream. It lets YouTube know that, you know, we're talking about things that people might be interested in. I actually had somebody message me the other day, super annoyed with me, and they were totally within their right to be annoyed with me because I have been very lax in getting these episodes turned around into podcast episodes and getting the audio up. And there were some people who apparently listened to us on long car rides and were very annoyed that we didn't have more episodes. So I just want to let everyone know I am going to spend some time this week and cut up more of them and get them posted. I was trying to kind of cut them up and get them posted like one a week and try to maybe do 2 a week and catch up. But I think I'm just going to put a big kind of batches of them up because we have, I think, 35 episodes and
wow.
I think we've posted 5 of them. So I have about 30 more that we've got to get up there and get out there. So in the meantime, if it's something you would be interested in and you've held back because, you know, I don't know, go ahead, Apple Music or Apple Podcasts, Google Podcasts, I think everywhere but Spotify because they have some weird rules and stuff. But we're on all those things. Go ahead and subscribe, hit the like button over there. And then also stay here because we enjoy having you guys on our live streams.
Yeah, I saw that going back to kind of prepping type stuff. I saw yesterday. I saw that there was an earthquake over in California area. Maybe not not that big of one, but I'm always worried about that on my end as far as earthquake preparedness type stuff. And then I know it's also coming up into the winter time, and it's usually the time of the year that preppers like talking winter preparedness. So that's probably some good topics for us to dive into.
I love that idea. I also like how you're coming up with your own topics instead of going to the financial one because I appreciate that.
Well, we can talk about the financial one, but I'm just gonna play it super safe. So
yeah, no. What we'll do is I will do that as a separate thing because I don't pretend to be a financial analyst person or anything else, but I do feel like I have some things that I've done and I'm happy to share those with people as like, hey, this is what I've done and how I think about it. So I will do that separately.
Yeah, because I spend my money on mullets and costumes, so I don't know if I'm the best person.
Exactly. You're trying to get that Merkin money is what you're trying to do.
That's funny.
That is 100%.
I don't know. Yeah, San Francisco 5.1. Yeah, that's what I heard. One of my people I work with, they said, hey, I'm going to be offline for a little bit. We just had an earthquake, and then my prepper, ding, ding, ding. Oh, okay, how's my earthquake preps?
I love how casual Californians are about it too. Like, oh, you know what? Hold on, I'm going to be offline for like 45 minutes or so. The ground was just shaking beneath our feet. I have to just see what's going on, and then I'll be back.
Did I ever tell you my story about like in the last earthquake in Washington was like in 2000, 2001. Did I ever tell you the story about what? I'll tell it to you. I'll tell it to whoever's watching too. So.
Okay.
Yes. Yeah. So we had one. It was like a 6.7, maybe. It was really deep, and so it wasn't. I mean, it was the Nisqually earthquake. But anyway, I remember I was in the shower when that happened, and then all of it sounded like there was a like a big truck or something driving by, but everything started shaking. And I was at the time I was living downstairs in my grandma's house. Because I was working at a place that was nearby there, and so I had to run outside with a with a washcloth on to cover up a little bit, and was just totally outside.
Where were your mullets?
I didn't have the mullets at that time, so I had a natural mullet. But yeah, and it was pretty. It was definitely scary, and it's disorienting. But then when we eventually, that's my one experience with an earthquake that I can remember. But we have the earthquake latches on. Actually, I got to get it set up on a couple other cabinets. But those latches that auto close when it detects lateral movement. So which are pretty cool. I don't know if you've seen those, but
I have not. I've seen the frame mounting things, the shake like quake up or shake something or other.
Yeah.
I think it was something I saw in one of your videos.
Okay.
But yeah, they're like plastic and they look like a little maze, and so you hang them on the when you hang up a picture that's super heavy, it holds the wire in, so as the picture moves and shakes, it doesn't come off of the nail or the screw or whatever. So I've gotten those and put them up for a couple of the heavier things that we have on walls.
For the big, those are the Ameza hook or something like that is what I thought it was called.
Yes. Yeah. They're like
pretty
earthquake
awesome
hangers.
Yeah.
I think Google earthquake hangers and you should probably find them. And they look like little plastic. They come in like 4 in a pack or something.
Yeah, it's like I mean, it's hard to get that thing out of there once it's locked in, but it's definitely locked in for sure. So
exactly, it works so well you can't actually get it off of the wall if you ever want to do anything with it later on. So if you need to change something or get it off, it requires like 2 people to try to guide the wire back up and through the little hook mount.
Yeah, the ones that act like the quake safe, the quake putty is another good one for like that small stuff. That stuff works really well. Trying to think what other things. The straps. I used to use those a lot more. The straps that kind of keep things from tilting. I need to what I need to dive into, and I think the earthquake that happened yesterday is a good reminder to on like for aquarium earthquake preparedness, because we have a couple large tanks and it's really hard. Like those straps that are designed for like cabinets and stuff, the cabinets are light compared to aquariums and 150-gallon type tanks, so that has to go into the studs of the wall, and it's a harder to prepare for. So it's definitely a gap that
and you don't want your food preps to just spill out all over the street.
Yeah, that's true. I'm growing my own tilapia or whatever. So
you've got, lots of people have like, tropical fish and everything. Tup has tilapia in his family room, just swimming around.
Well, I know a lot of folks, they do like the hydroponics for like the true peppers. Like they're not going to have a normal goldfish tank. They're going to have like the hydroponics where with the tilapia and the making all that stuff. So I don't
exactly. Yeah. Which I think isn't Chilean sea bass tilapia or something like that.
That's
There's
true.
something.
I have a Chilean sea bass recipe that it's because I'm a half-breed Puerto Rican. So I have that'd be really great that's a great idea. I should talk my wife into letting me get some tilapia so that I can make a Chilean sea bass during the apocalypse. So
I could just see her like, you're going to come downstairs and be like, so honey, here's the deal. I need to get some Chilean sea bass and we're going to do aquaponics. And I can just see her turn around with a spoonful of the pepper jelly and just start flinging it at you until you retreat.
Yeah. I don't know. I forget if I told you how during like 2020, like my family was getting into weird hobbies, and one of them was the collecting snails or breeding snails. I don't know if I told you that.
You did not tell me that you were going to be an escargot farmer.
Yeah, and so then people were coming over, and they're like, "Oh, are you guys breeding your own escargot type stuff?" So anyway, those are finally phasing off. It's been a couple years now, but those are going. So I'd like to, now that I got rid of the snails, we could move over to the tilapia then. And
a modern prepper has also again just referred to the escargot as bougie prepping.
It is bougie prepping.
A lot of people. The fish farms and calls them aquariums. I'm just like, I'm more curious, like, why not sturgeon? Why are we not doing caviar? Why are we not doing, salmon roe? I mean, really, if you're gonna do it, I mean, step up the game and let's do it. Let's do
Yeah,
this
all
thing.
all the normal preppers, they like the chickens and the rabbit and stuff. I'm gonna do escargot and go total bougie prep. So
You get a goat, you can make goat cheese, which comes back to the whole cheese thing from earlier.
yeah,
You could do
yeah, I
goat
don't know how to
cheese
do it.
with your escargot and your things. You'd be very French. No one would think that
The
you were
French
Puerto Rican. You're
prepper.
just very French.
Yes,
Yes.
I'm only half Puerto Rican, so that's
Oh, okay.
yes,
The other half is very French.
yes.
It is only the finest of wines.
That's funny. I see we have Van City Prepper here. That's awesome.
He is. Van City Prepper has arrived.
Yeah, I see people. Let's see, they're talking about the Kangol hat, which is
here.
cool.
It's just a small aquarium that can feed my entire family.
Yeah.
Prairie prepping is that's a whole thing. That's fantastic. Go big or go home. 100%. Like I feel like sturgeon is a next
maybe people have ideas for how to earthquake strap a 150-gallon tank. And let's see, 150 gallons, and how much does a gallon water weigh? I don't know. It's heavy though. So
isn't it like 8 pounds or something?
Something like that. So we're talking like 1,000 pounds. Like you can't use the normal strap. So at one point I was using a 550 paracord wrapped around it a few times, and I had it eye bolted into the studs. And I think what I've been thinking about doing is if I could find like those straps that you use on your truck for tie downs, that the ratchet
ones. Straps.
Yeah, I think if I could find some thin black ones and have them somehow attached to around the studs of the wall, I think maybe that would work. But maybe someone else has an idea.
Around the studs, so just open up the drywall.
Yeah.
Wow, you really like this aquarium.
No, I hate it. I want them gone. But I got to pick my battles. I got to pick my battles. So.
Okay, so this is Mrs. Prepper has a penchant for the aquarium then?
Yeah, I don't know if folks that have watched the channel for a while remember Tactical Temptress, but Tactical Temptress years back had my wife fish sit while she was gone on some vacation, and so she was borrowed some little fish tank with a fish in it that my wife liked it, and so then she got her own tank and then has been expanding the operation. So now we have tanks all over the place, and they're so it's a touchy subject.
Okay, that's fair. The best part of this whole thing is that for a while I thought Tactical Temptress was your wife.
Yeah, that was
her own channel.
Yeah, that was the rumors.
And as a result, Tactical Temptress has never been seen again. That's just she was found with pepper jelly all over her.
Yeah, we're Tactical Temptress is my wife's maid of honor. We're her Tactical Temptress has a kid, and we're the godparents of the kid, and so it's a
okay. So there's a whole.
She's the godmother of our kids and all those things. So
okay, so
good friends.
Prepping apparently runs in the family then.
Yes. So okay. Brad from Full Spectrum Survival used to breed rats and Tubbs breed snails. That is funny. I wonder how much protein is in a snail. But
I don't know. Call Brad.
He probably knows. He probably
exactly.
knows.
Brad, do you feed the snails to the rats? Like, is that I did not know that Brad had rats.
Yeah, and he has it figured out. Like it's. I thought it was pretty amazing. Where his plan for feeding the dogs is to feed him a rat every day, and he says you could breed the rats really quickly, and you just have to feed a rat like one dog food pellet per day for it to grow and live and stuff. So that's his like long-term dog food plan.
Wow.
So I was like, man, I've never. That's next level stuff. I haven't even thought of that. So.
That is some straight up Survivor season 1 stuff right there. But
I need to look up how many calories or how much protein is in a snail, because those things, man, they reproduce just like rats, it seems. So.
Yeah, Big Ross, feed the snails to the ducks.
Nice.
So yeah,
I could use snails
and I guess what would be interesting for me is another thing that I've seen a lot of preppers that go. I would say it's hardcore. It's just very creative and clever, but like I don't have the ability to do it or the stomach to do it. Where they're doing rabbits.
Yeah.
And I would be curious which is the more efficient, because they break it down to efficiency of like the amount of inputs and outputs and calorie per, hay fed and all of that sort of stuff. Like, would a rabbit be more efficient or
That's a good question. They both, when you say this, like the phrase, you breed like rabbits is what they do.
Yeah,
But I'm trying to figure out how many are in a, is it called a litter when it's a rabbit, or I don't know what it is that,
yeah.
um,
It's a whatever it
there
is, but
should
like,
be someone needs to come up. Brad should probably come up with the video like rabbits versus rats and
yeah,
which one to go with. I think most people would probably have it. It'd be harder for them to whack a rabbit than it would be to whack a rat. But I think they'd be more likely to eat a rabbit than they would a rat. I think.
yeah, I think so. I think I would also be concerned about things like the rats getting into other food stores.
Yeah.
If they got out or something. Um, I don't know if diseases in rats are still a thing. Like if that's an easily transmittable, like with mosquitoes and things. If that's like if you're opening yourself up to a different level of vulnerability there versus a rabbit. And I know there are different types of breeds of rabbits. If you're doing meat rabbits, or you're doing fur rabbits,
Milk rabbits.
milk rabbits. Exactly. They're just like the chickens.
Only the finest of milk comes from the milk rabbits.
Can you milk me?
Yes.
Yeah.
Sorry. Yeah.
Milk
funny.
rabbits, milk chickens, and yeah, that's a whole different thing.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's one of those. It's like your toilet paper thing. It's like someone went out and figured out exactly how many toilet paper rolls to get for a person over time, and now we all judge our toilet paper stocks based off of Tup's Costco
Nice. That's
thing.
great.
And I feel like it's the same thing with like the rabbits and the rats, and it's like, okay, so what is the calorie intake and the amount of dog food versus forage versus like all of that, and that'd be a whole thing.
Someone, let's see. Dr. Dave AC says snails have more protein than beef. 150 grams portion has 34 grams of protein for snails, 27 for beef.
Oh
man.
See,
so my wife is next level prepping on some
exactly per Google at least. So yeah. So you know what else? So we have a source now as well.
Yeah.
We always like to cite our sources. Yeah, I've heard that a lot of times that beef is not as efficient. Like a lot of people have it, but it's not as efficient if you're thinking about like an emergency situation or something like that.
Yeah, and it'd be easy for me to have a whole bunch of snails, and even one cow would be really rough.
Yeah.
Like my neighbors would be ticked off if we had a cow.
Be really annoyed about the cow. Needless to say, the snails have eaten all of their gardens. Like they've just multiplied everywhere.
Well, they're in their own. We have a snail tank, and that they're in there, and we also have like the nurse. Well, I don't. Again, it's a touchy subject, but we have the snail nursery where the babies are at there, and it's my daughter. She's like the.
How is this not a video?
She's the snail whisperer, where she has them all on her, and like the Pied Piper of snails. It should be a video, probably.
Yeah. Did you actually turn them into escargot, or did you just breed them for the sake of breeding snails?
It's my daughter's project, and she's breeding them for the sake of breeding snails. So she likes it.
All right.
I find them to be pests, but again, I'm trying to pick my battles on some things. But
it seems like you're losing a lot of battles.
Yeah,
snails and fish tanks and all kinds of things.
I'm losing some battles. Hopefully, I win the war. We'll see.
Exactly. No wonder you have all of your prepping stuff in your office. That's actually the only place you can have it. Your costumes.
It's my safe space. It's my safe space that I could be. Yeah, I have my chainsaw, my expandable rake, and I have like random stuff within close by. I don't know. There we go.
Yeah. Coconut Shrimp Taco asks if well, first off, we just lost your camera. If this is about financial preparation, and that's a fantastic question. We had planned for this to be about some financial preparation things. As with most of our streams, we have taken a hard left turn in a different direction, and we are going to postpone that topic. There will be another live stream here in the next week or so. I'll do it on financial preparation. That'll be on Cascadia Dispatch. So it looks like you are on the Got Preps channel. If you go to Cascadia Dispatch on YouTube and hit the subscription button over there. When I put that together, that'll get posted out to everybody. So we will do a financial kind of preparation live stream, but I'll do it separately. Just cause it's how we roll. We try not to get into the controversy of things.
I should be back now, I think, on camera.
You're back.
I guess I should have my camera actually plugged in for these things, so, or the power plugged in. So
I mean, minor details.
It was going on batteries, so it went on batteries for almost this entire stream plus the last stream, and I just didn't realize that it wasn't plugged in. So,
oh well, hey, that's
pretty good.
Does anyone have any fat? We need like a nutrition guide for these snails. Apparently, that's a
what? Yeah, I guess maybe I shouldn't. Maybe I should encourage the snails, but I don't know if I guess I could probably eat a snail. I'd have an easier time eating snails than killing.
Do you enjoy French food though?
I'm a fan of all food. Yeah.
Okay, so I mean, like if you liked escargot, then I would say this is a great idea.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know that I can't get there. I like in an emergency, I'm sure I could get there. Like on a Tuesday, I don't know that I can get there.
Yeah, I think you'd have to prepare it be all about the preparation because like I'm not a fan of like cow tongue, for example, but if they slice it really thin, like a pho style, yeah, I think it's pretty good. So I think it's probably some of the preparation is going to be key on that one.
Kaylin says that she always plugs into a power bank right before she starts her weekly ration review stream.
Oh, okay.
Kaylin, I didn't know that you did weekly ration reviews.
Yeah, where's our invite?
Well, yeah, exactly. What's happening here?
Yes.
I feel like there could be some synergy here. DM us and let's have a conversation about that. Modern Day Prepper wants to remind you that you need a lot of butter
for snails. I was thinking like an olive oil, but yeah, I think butter.
I feel like what I would need there is to take the snail and a lot of butter and then get rid of the snail and put the butter on some bread and eat that.
There we go.
I mean, it's just a different recipe.
1 gram fat in 3 ounce portion, again from Google.
I love how our thing went from financial preparedness to the nutritional aspects of
we kind of took a left turn.
If there was ever a question about whether our show was planned and how it runs, this is the fantastic example.
It says rabbit skin hair makes good hats and gloves and slippers for around home. So yeah, so I'd rather wear like a rabbit skin than rat skin. And rat fur, I guess. If we're talking emergency situation, so
yeah, exactly. That's not, the rats are not the plushest of creatures. Yeah, I think there's also an interesting thing in the dual purposeness, kind of like chickens, where you could have meat chicken or egg chicken, or milk chicken. With the rabbits, you could have the fur rabbits, or the meat rabbits, or the milk rabbits. Yeah. So I think
make money breeding snails and milking chickens. Yeah, that'd be big.
Yeah, exactly. Speaking of financial preparedness, there we go. It's a side hustle, breeding milk chickens and snails.
I'd rather wear rabbit skin than rat skin. Also, not on the bingo card. That is funny.
Prairie prepping, I would love to see your bingo card because I feel like whatever is on it, like what did you put on it? Because if you've been to our streams before, like the things that could possibly be on that bingo card are endless. I think. Like, I don't know that I'm pretty sure nobody, including myself, had ever thought of Merkin money before, but that's a thing that happened today on our stream.
I love all the I think the folks that watch it's
mealworms.
They're awesome. Mealworms tasted like shrimp. Nice.
Hey, things taste like chicken or they taste like, whatever. It must be a tactical bingo card. Yes, it has molly webbing on it. It has
it's like write in rain paper with
exactly. It's invisible ink.
Yeah.
You need the UV light. So doing a quick time check, we're right about 6:25 here.
Okay.
Again, God, you make me I'm like a schmuck every time I do this. You're like, hey, I have to go in 35 to 45 minutes.
I didn't mean, well, yeah.
And I'm like, hey, Tup, I don't want mom to be pissed. And then you're like, but I could go a little longer. I could go. Don't take me away from the chat. And then
I'm always worried that they're going to raid the room and shut me down, like the family will. So
yeah, exactly. Let's see. Didn't they actually make goats that milk silk?
What?
I'm confused.
I
know that worms can make silk.
I don't know what that.
And I know that goats can be milked. I don't know that milk goats
silk
can create silk. I know they can create.
And someone is vouching that. I think Prairie Prepping said, Charlie, I think you're right about that.
Wow.
What does that mean? What does that mean?
I don't know.
Didn't they actually make goats that milk silk?
It's got to have to do something with the milk producing some sort of a silk or turning the milk into a silk.
Where's our fact checkers on that one?
Yeah, exactly. I don't know what's happening. This is a whole thing.
And then someone's talking about silkworms taste like vegetables.
Yeah, exactly. This is like the number
goat milk is lactose free, right? Wow.
Yeah. They added DNA to the goat.
Wow.
Holy cow. Just when you didn't think that you had anything on your bingo card left, we are now into silk producing milk goats. That is a whole different. It was a genetic experiment. So these were 100% GMO goats. There's nothing.
I need some like GMO snails, and like I could get some big honking snail, and then that's a lot of protein according to Google. Then.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, monster. Yeah, put the snail with some radiation or something like that. Have it get bitten by a radioactive spider or something. And
Prairie Prepping says we jumped the shark on this. That's funny.
I think that's the name of our stream. It's just Prep Talk Live ... jumping the shark.
Yeah.
So. Oh my God, I got nothing left. I don't know where to go after this.
Yeah, I like the idea of Prep Talk Live bingo cards. I think that's a great idea.
That is, you know what? I think we might have to make those. I think
just you could do it for the different channels. Like every channel could have their own bingo card that you play. I think it's funny, like poop joke, Legos. Yeah, there's different things we can have.
Yeah, we have to get like a list of things and then mix them up. I wonder if there's like a bingo card generator that we could put like certain words in. I bet there is.
There probably is.
Right.
It says milk chickens. Yeah, so Charlie, I think you're right, Charlie, that milk chickens could definitely be a thing. If they can make silk goats or whatever, goats that milk silk, they should have some milk chickens, I think, for sure.
Spider goat milk has spider silk protein.
Wow.
According to Google. Oh my God. First off, Dr. Dave, thank you so much for providing us with the fact checking on this. This is amazing.
This is I've learned so much during the stream, and again, we've been talking about financial preps the whole time. So
exactly. We just covered all of the things. Prairie Prepping wants Canadian preppers would be your time is valuable, so I'm not going to wait.
Yes. That's funny. We don't abide by that.
Yeah, exactly. I think there's also something in there like sold on CanadianPreparedness.com. Like that needs to be a thing on his. Yeah, okay. I got it.
And someday we'll have the Mountain House snails. Like you can get the number 10 can of snails from Mountain House, and that'd be cool. With the GMO snails.
Exactly. The bougie, it's Mountain House, but it's more of like resort house.
That would be really bougie perhaps if you had like some kind of silk shirt that's made from goat milk, like or whatever, however that works. That's a bougie prep, I think, too.
That's a whole different thing. I think if you have a goat milk silk shirt, then you have a whole different perspective on things that I don't know about.
Yeah.
Let's see. Another Iowa YouTuber brought them for us, was with a third person, and they were part of our day hike lunch. It's on video. But what was it?
What they bring? I don't.
Yeah, what did they bring?
Then I see someone else saying that my uncle used to milk male turkeys for breeding.
Okay,
but here's I really liked what? Oh, jeez.
Yeah, exactly.
Oh, you got me. Jeez, who was that?
It was Pony Girl.
Pony Girl, you tricked me.
Pony Girl came in.
Oh,
MVP
man.
award. MVP
Jeez.
award in the chat for Pony Girl.
I walked into it. Oh man, she
You
got me.
really did, and I don't even know, like I was
I
reading
trust
it, and
Pony Girl. I trust Pony Girl, and I just
but
read whatever she writes, and then
here's
she
what's
got me on
happened.
that. Yeah.
Here's what's happened. Our chat has gotten to know us, and they are part of this now.
They're
And
like-
it is just
We're
it
like
is an
Ron
expansion.
Burgundy, where we just read whatever's on.
Yeah, exactly. You just read whatever's on the prompter.
Do not write something for top. You'll read it exactly on the.
Yeah, exactly. Modern day prepper. Gobble gobble, huh? Or
Man, this
maybe
is,
gobble gobble, huh? I don't know. It's a thing.
Yeah,
Okay.
our improv live streams on again. I think it's funny that whoever watches this, they're gonna look for financial preparedness tips and tricks, and they're gonna or they're gonna jump the shark and go off the deep end. They're like, "What the heck is that?"
It's gonna have to be like, okay, there's gonna be like Prep Talk Live with Cascadia Dispatch, financial preparedness top for real now, or something like that.
I cannot believe that Pony Girl got me so bad. That's
that was amazing. Oh,
Man.
look, and now we've got turkeys in the chat. So yeah, this is. I feel like we're gonna end it there because
how do we?
There's no coming back.
Where do we go from there?
Yeah, exactly. To the barn, I think. I don't know. Anyway, thanks everybody for joining us.
Yeah,
we appreciate it.
This has
next
been the highlight of my day for sure. So
we do what we can for you.
Yeah,
it's just Tup's world, and we're all trying to help
my
him
work calls are never this exciting. They don't go to these topics.
Yeah, get that Merkin money, and we'll just make it happen. So
yeah. So
anyway,
next week, let's see. Am I good? I think I should be good. Well, maybe.
All right.
We'll figure.
We'll figure it out. If not,
we'll have my people talk to your people.
Yeah, exactly. Your turkeys will talk to my snails, and we'll figure it out, and we'll make it all happen. So anyway, thanks everybody for joining us. We will see you later. Don't forget to hit the like button, the subscribe button, do all the things, share it with your family, tell everybody about it. Have a wonderful Halloween if you're going to be doing Halloweeny things. If you're not, have a wonderful weekend, and we will see you next week. Talk to you later.